podcast. Tune in for the audio, or you can even watch back. Giving players all the props, or put them on blast. We don't give no hot takes, only talk facts.
We're giving all our devotion, riding high on this wave of emotion. Going all out, yeah, cause this is our time. No, ain't no stopping us till we reach the finish line. All in, we came here to win. We're gonna give everything. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick. On fire, we're ready to fight. We'll bring the house down tonight. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick.
Play it on the car ride, play it when you lounge. X and O, you know that we can hold it down. Shout out to my man Sammy, got it off the ground. And to all the listeners tuned in right now, got debates, analysis, and speculation. This is sports talk for the new generation. You know where to find us, got a reputation. Sick podcast, your #1 sports destination.
Giving all our devotion, riding high on this wave of emotion. Going all out, yeah, cause this is our time. No, ain't no stopping us till we reach the finish line. All in, we came here to win. We're gonna give everything. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick. On fire, we're ready to fight. We'll bring the house down tonight. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick.
S-I-C-K is the sickest podcast. Tune in for the audio, or you can even watch back. Giving players all the props, or put them on blast. We don't give no hot takes, only talk back. S-I-C-K, 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 S-I-C-K.
All in, we came here to win. We're gonna give everything. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick.
S-I-C-K is the sickest podcast. Tune in for the audio, or you can even watch back. Giving players all the props, or put them on blast. We don't give no hot takes, only talk facts.
We're giving all our devotion, riding high on this wave of emotion. Going all out, yeah, cause this is our time. No, ain't no stopping us till we reach the finish line. All in, we came here to win. We're gonna give everything. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick. On fire, we're ready to fight. We'll bring the house down tonight. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick.
Play it on the car ride, play it when you lounge. X and O, you know that we can hold it down. Shout out to my man Sammy, got it off the ground. And to all the listeners tuned in right now, got debates, analysis, and speculation. This is sports talk for the new generation. You know where to find us, got a reputation. Sick podcast, your #1 sports destination.
Giving all our devotion, riding high on this wave of emotion. Going all out, yeah, cause this is our time. No, ain't no stopping us till we reach the finish line. All in, we came here to win. We're gonna give everything. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick. On fire, we're ready to fight. We'll bring the house down tonight. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick.
S-I-C-K is the sickest podcast. Tune in for the audio, or you can even watch back. Giving players all the props, or put them on blast. We don't give no hot takes, only talk back. S-I-C-K, 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 S-I-C-K.
Turn up your volume. Because you're about to listen to The Sick Podcast. With Tony Marinaro.
55 seconds left in the penalty, a minute and 27 seconds left in regulation time. Boston 4, Montreal 3. Lafleur coming out rather gingerly on the right side. He gives it into Lemaire, back to Lafleur. Oh!
The sickest Montreal Canadiens podcast.
You're in the ball!
Sports entertainment like no other.
Rejoint, on lui fait perdre la rondelle, une passe devant. Et c'est le dégagement, et ce sera la victoire des Canadiens. Stanley pour les Canadiens, le 23e de l'histoire.
You found the dogs! John, you found the dogs! He found the dogs! And all together, they worked a young team to the top. And now, a 24th Stanley Cup banner will hang from the rafters of the famous Forum in Montreal. The Canadiens win the Stanley Cup!
Brought to you by Energy Transportation Group. Driven to be different. La Tibi. Embrace your true nature. And Playground, your premier gaming destination. It's gonna be sick.
Marinaro, the Sick Podcast on this Wednesday, August 20th. Thanks for watching on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. It's going to be a more abbreviated version of the Sick Podcast tonight because I really wanted to get my hands on Tony Marinaro of TVA Sport, their sports reporter, primarily a hockey reporter. And earlier today, he had a chance to catch up with Montreal Canadiens forward Patrik Laine. And yesterday, at a distance, he had a chance to catch up with Montreal Canadiens forward Juraj Slafkovsky. Two very important players for the Montreal Canadiens. One that everyone sees on the first line with Suzuki and Caulfield. Another one that everyone sees on a second line with Demidov, and the center remains to be seen for now, especially after hearing that Kirby Dach may not start the season on time. So without further ado, let's go to him right now. Time is limited, but I'm happy to have him. Tony Marinaro of TVA Sport. How are you, my friend?
Hey, I'm good. What about you, man?
I'm doing extremely well. I like you for a lot of reasons, and one of which is, comme on dit en bon français, tu chômes pas. Here's a guy who works. He's got work ethic, and in the middle of August, what is he doing? Well, he's trying to catch up with as many Montreal Canadiens as possible. So I'm happy you had a chance to talk to them because I did not, and I'm sure our viewers and our listeners would love to hear what's new with them. You had a chance to catch up with Slafkovsky first. I know you have a nice relationship with him that goes back to the draft, I would imagine. Talk to us about that first and foremost.
Yeah, firstly, I was very happy to talk back with Slav after a few weeks, few months. People have to realize that players and journalists are different, but it's possible to have good relationship with players. And it's not something that qui m'empêche de parler contre eux. But it's always nice to talk with some players, and Slav is one of them.
It's not something that your relationship's not going to get in the way of you criticizing them if their play is warrant of is deserving of criticism.
No, exactly. But I was happy to learn that Slav worked a lot on his cardio. Because it was obvious for me that last year, after a few seconds, like maybe 15 seconds on the ice, he was less efficient. I know he's a bigger player than Caulfield and almost all the players in the Montreal Canadiens, but
yeah,
for me, it's a big part of his game, like moving his feet, more cardio, being in movement on the ice, because he's big, he's got a good shot, he's got good passing assets. But if he can move more and more longer, he will be very dangerous. And that's the kind of clip Adam Nicholas sent to him this summer, and also some clips when he have the puck, because it was less worse last year, but sometimes Slav is very like fast on taking decision, like, okay, I have the puck, I will shoot the puck fast, or I will just dump the puck fast. You can take 1 second more to just think, and you will be good. So
slow things down. Actually, the best players are the ones who are able to slow things down when they have the puck, and everything seems to slow down for them. We'll talk to you about that in just a second. Sick Podcast is brought to you by Energy Transportation Group, a leading full-service logistics provider serving all of North America, driven to be different. I also want to let you know that the World Series of Poker circuit is coming to Playground. Playground is set to host the World Series of Poker C in Montreal from August 18th. So it started a couple of days ago to September 2nd, bringing one of the biggest and most popular live tournament series in the world back to Montreal. The edition features $5 million in guaranteed prize pools, including a main event with a $2.2 million guarantee and a $2,500 buy-in. Poker history being made once again at Playground. Don't miss out on the World Series of Poker. See Montreal starting August 18th, started a couple of days ago. And the Sick Podcast is brought to you by Bittt TV, the launch of a new Ultra Lager. Refreshing, thirst-quenching beer, perfect for the summer with only 90 calories, 2 grams of carbs, 4% ABV per can, available in a pack of 6 and 12 in grocery stores all around the province of Quebec. Ultra light, ultra refreshing. I think it was about a year ago, so last summer, that Slaf, and I believe we got a lot of information there courtesy of your colleague Nicolas Cloutier at TVA Sport, if memory serves me well. I know you were both working on his working with him, and I think it was reported that he was wearing the virtual reality glasses, and all the objects were coming up close to him and stuff like. Because we remember Anthony, that in his first year, and it's very common to happen with a lot of players in their first year, especially bigger players who always got by on their athleticism and physicality. Yeah, he would stick handle a lot with his head down. He got caught a couple of times. Didn't lift his head, wasn't able to take the information. Things were happening really fast. He got labeled a couple of times. It was concerning. So what did he do in that off season? He worked with the cameras. He worked with the video. He worked with virtual reality. He tried to have a better understanding of tracking images from up close and a faster reaction time. Yeah. He's been working on this summer.
Yeah, it was 2 summers ago. Okay. But you know what? Last year, Can you name me like a lot of players who had 50 points and this number of hits, the physically part of the game and the way he learned to deal with it? I think it's a big part of his game that he improves last year, in my opinion. He gives a lot of hits, but he also learned how to take the hits. And that's an important part of the game, because for sure at 238 pounds, a lot of players will want to test you on the ice. And talking about numbers, okay, I know Slaf hate talking about his personal objective in terms of points, in terms of stats. But I asked him, like, okay, you're right, will 60 or 65 or 70 points would be good for you this year? And he just answered me, yeah, that's the kind of production I will aiming, and hopefully more. So 65 or 70 point, maybe more. And you know what? Even if it's just like 60 or 62, I don't care, because Slaf, on an objective way, is, and it's my opinion, it's not the opinion, but it's my opinion, he's doing a lot more than just producing.
You're right. You're right. There are some players that all they bring to the table is numbers, and the production is very important because that's what justifies their importance to the team. Slaf is a guy that you'd be willing to live with 10, 12 less points per year than probably what should be the goal, because of all the other intangibles. We're talking about a guy who goes to the front of the net. We're talking about a guy who crashes the net. We're talking about a guy who plays the role of a power forward. We're talking about a guy who's in on the forecheck. We're talking about a guy who tries to recover loose pucks, who tries to steal pucks. We're talking about a guy who leans on opponents to try and wear them down. We're talking about a guy who does a lot of things for his line, for his line mates, and for his team. But I look at it this way, Anthony. After, 50 points in year 2, 51 points in year 3, as long as he continues to progress in terms of points over the next couple of years, with obviously he's still 4, 5, 6 years away from his prime, that's what I think the objective should be. Look at Nick Suzuki. Nick Suzuki is progressing from a point standpoint every year. I think Slafkovsky should be trying to do the same thing, obviously.
Yeah, for sure. And for sure, not in the same pace. But, look at a guy like Mikko Rantanen. It takes few years before his production was starting to improve on a significant way. But you know what? I'm sure, and we talked about it last year, you remove Slav from the first line, and it's not so efficient. Like, they try everyone in the team on the first line with Cole and Nick, and it doesn't work. They put Slav on this line, and it works. Surprise. Why? Because of the things we cannot see sometimes. But he's, in my perspective, the best forward in terms of forecheck in the team. How many goals Cole and Nick scored last year, or even Lane Hudson, or I don't care who, and Slav was the first forechecker, and he did a smart play behind the net. But it's always more sexy to see Cole Caulfield put the puck in the top net, right? But you know what? If Slav is not on the ice, there's no goal. So
I've also seen Slav last year make some very good plays in his own zone, and then get the puck to Suzuki or Caulfield, and they ultimately end up passing the puck to each other and end up scoring. Slav is the second assist on the play, and a lot of people don't go back to look at the tape to see where the play started.
No,
they
exactly.
look at how the play finished.
Yeah, or even the third assist, and it's not like visible on the score sheet. But it's very important, because if you don't do the simple feed on the board to the Caulfield stick, or if you don't forecheck on smartly, maybe there's no goal. So, but for sure, I want him to produce more. He's a first overall pick, but like I said, he can put 60 points next year, and if he continue to improve and he's physically engaged, I'll be happy, because we have to remember, Tony, that Ivan Demidov is here, Zach Bolduc is here, Noah Dobson is here. So offensively, the Montreal Canadiens will be very better, but in an organic way. And with all these new players, that would help Slav production, even if he's not playing with them. He will play with them, like, sometimes on the power play, I don't know. But you had 3 very talented players on this team. Yeah. It will helpful for everyone.
You brought up his weight at one point, Slafkovsky. You said 238 pounds. There's a lot of people who have said, you know what, 238 is perfect because he's a big power forward. Other people say, you know what, he'll be a lot quicker if he can actually play at around 222 or something like that. Did you have a chance to discuss A, his ideal playing weight, B, what his summer program has been like? Has it been more on ice? Has it been more off ice? What's he been working on exactly?
Cardio, upper body, a lot of cardio exercise. And when I asked him, what is your current weight right now? Slav with his kind of answer. You will see at the training camp. It will be a good surprise for you. So,
oh, nice. Okay.
I imagine that his weight will be a little different. I could imagine that is not. He will not like be heavier than he was. So I don't know. But I'm agree that maybe with 5 or 7 pounds less, he can be as efficient as he was physically, but he can be like more quick. But we'll see. But I know that he's in a good mood right now. I know Slav, so I know when he's not in a good mood, and he was confident. He repeated a lot of times in the interview, I can tell you whatever you want right now, but it's not important. I want to be driving this team, but even if I told you that today, it's not important if in February I do nothing. So
on the ice, where does he think his game needs some working on?
I'll say like maybe just having puck more, and that's why I was happy to hear him telling me I want to be driving this team, because it cannot be always Nick Suzuki who carrying the puck. It's not, for me, it's not a good way to just approach the game, because you become more previsible.
Yes.
So
predictable. Predictable in English.
Yeah.
Prévisible en français, but it's okay. It's a franglais show.
Prévisible, Colin Debin.
It's a franglais show.
Yeah, but yeah, But let's imagine knowing that Nick is a very good puck moving forward, and Cole Caulfield too. But let's imagine that Slaf can move the puck too, because he's got good hands, he's got great passing tools. So I think if he can make some entry zone with speed, with his size, it could be very dangerous. But you have to ask for the puck more. I would like to see Slaf playing more in the middle of the ice.
There's been a trend with Slaf in the 3 years that he's been in the National Hockey League that we'll talk about in just a minute. Now, before I talk to you about Souvlaki Authentique, Montreal knows good food, but nothing hits like Souvlaki Authentique. Every stick of souvlaki is marinated fresh. Every pita is packed with flavor, and the potatoes twice fried and finished with that signature lemon sauce. It's comfort food, Greek style, family run, flavor packed, and proud to serve Montreal. Go to souvlakiauthentique.com to find your nearest location and bring a taste of Greece home. Who will finish with more points, the Montreal Canadiens or the Ottawa Senators? It's been a subject of conversation over the last couple of days on social media among fans of both teams. Go all the way with Betway. Get a free bet up to $200. First bet loses. Scan the QR code on the screen. Click on the link in the details section to create an account. Redeem your welcome offer. Offers only available for new customers. Terms and conditions apply. Offers not available in Ontario. Must be 18 years of age and older. And please play responsibly. You know what has been a trend with Slafkovsky since he's been in the National Hockey League? For whatever he seems to get going in the second half of the season. Now, one of the things we've heard is that it takes big guys it takes them a longer time to actually, jump out of the gates to get going. Did you talk to Slafkovsky at all about A, his consistency or lack thereof, and B, his traditional slow starts compared to his much better starts in the second half of the season compared to the first half of the season?
Not specifically 2 days ago, because I talked with him about it at the end of the season, and I talked with that part of his reality with his father too last year.
Yeah,
and it's not like it's very common for him. It was not very common for him before coming in the NHL, and he was not having an answer for me, because you know what? If he knew,
he would have fixed it.
Yeah, exactly. But he perfectly knows that he have to start in the same time as everybody. And his father told me last year, like, if he can start in the same time like everybody, he will put a lot of points on the board. And I think it's true. You know what? Because you're not the first overall pick for nothing. Slaf is not just a big guy. He's for sure not Sidney Crosby or Connor McDavid. But if he can start at the same time as everybody with the tool he's got, that'd be very dangerous, honestly. Like 70 points for me, it's possible if he starts in October.
What does he think of the new acquisitions, Bolduc and Dobson?
That's good. That's good. You know what? The Montreal Canadiens now have two defensemen who can score 60 to 70 points a year. Can you drop me a lot of teams who have two defensemen like this?
That's not easy to find.
No. And I would add that you've got Dobson, for, in all respect for Emil Heineman, that I loved, honestly, but you've got Dobson for almost nothing. Like 2 first pick. I know, but 2 first pick after the 15 overall.
If they pan out and have a good career in the National Hockey League, it ends up being a trade that's good for both teams. But they say that the team that got the best player in a trade is the team that wins the trade. I think there's no doubt the Canadiens got the best player in the trade. So Slafkovsky, what did he have to say about Dobson and Bolduc? Did he have anything to say about them? He knows them well.
Dobson, the opinion about people who play with him, junior or before, is just good. Honestly, he's a hardworking guy, always on the ice. He loves hockey. Remember me like a bit Laine Hudson in his attitude. He's a joker. I think he will fit perfectly in the Montreal Canadiens locker room. And for Bolduc, the good part about his game is that he's not just a shooter. He can be very how can I say that? Il peut être vraiment picosseux, il peut être vraiment tannant pour l'adversaire. So if he's not scoring like for 4 or 5 games, will find a way to be dangerous in another way. He can
He
play
can
PK too.
he can disrupt the opposition.
Exactly.
He-
And he's
he
a
can-
shooter.
Yes.
So in 2 moves this summer, you improve your power play enormously. So for me, if
You
the
improve
Montreal
the power
Canadiens-
play, you improve the scoring, you improve the depth, you
Improve
improve
everything.
the grit, because obviously he has it. I want to finish off with Patrik Laine because after
Yeah.
talking to Slafkovsky yesterday at a distance, who was he was in Prague, you said, I believe?
Yeah.
Okay. Earlier today, you had a chance to catch up with Patrik Laine. Tell me where and tell me what it's all about.
It was at Sportplex Pierrefonds.
Yeah.
For Sport Life Camp. For
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So for a lot of athletes in the Montreal range, this camp is an opportunity to be treated like athletes. So is there a better way to be treated like an athlete to be with one?
Demidov
So-
was there a couple of days ago. Jakob Dobesh was there a couple of weeks ago, along with Logan
Exactly.
Thompson, by the way, the goalie of the Washington Capitals. And
Yeah.
it's a camp that has over 200 participants. It's a camp that's going strong. So good stuff by them, by Sport Life.
For sure. And congrats to them, by the way. And Patty was in a very good mood mentally.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
Yeah. I talked with him maybe for 10 minutes before the interview. I was alone with him, and honestly, it's not a brand new Patrik Laine, but I like seeing him like this, like joking, like very calm, very just enjoying the day, enjoying the fact that he was with a lot of kids, and he's confident for the next season. And he also wants to stay in Montreal. He loved the city. He loved the way the team treats him. And I think the fact that he's healthy right now, so he have a good summer training in his legs, and he wants to prove that he's still the goal scorer that everyone knows. So
Very interesting to hear this because, of course, there are a lot of people who assume that when the Canadiens acquired Patrik Laine, he came over, he had 2 years left on his deal that paid him $8.7 million a year. A lot of people assumed, you know what? When his contract's up, he's not going to be a Montreal Canadian anymore because it just won't work out the contract. You're saying you caught up with Patrik Laine. He's in a really good mood. He's happy to be in Montreal. He lived Montreal for one season. He got hurt in camp last year in the preseason. He ended up playing his first game with the Canadiens back on the 2nd of December. He ended up with 20 goals in 52 games. Had he played the entire 82, it would have translated to a 32-goal season.
Yeah.
And the Canadiens have improved their team because Demidov arrived last year with 2 games left in the regular season. He's going to be a full-time player on the team. Bolduc's going to be a full-time player on the team. Dobson's going to be a full-time player on the team. Of course, There's some players that are gone, like Dvorak and like Armia and like Heineman, like you said. But Canadiens are a better team on paper going into this season this year than they were a year ago. And Patrik Laine is feeling comfortable. You know, you said you talked about his health. He mentioned it last year that when he joined the team in camp last year, his season was shortened the year before with Columbus because of the shoulder injury and the shoulder surgery. So he shows up. He's not fully rehabilitated. He's not at the top of his form. Of course, he suffers the knee injury. He's out for a couple of months, comes back December 2nd. You talked about cardio with Slafkovsky. Laine didn't have the cardio either. Now, Laine has told many people that he's had a great offseason of training and his cardio is very good. Did he talk to you about what he's been doing this offseason?
No, not specifically. But you know what? Everybody who played hockey, know that it's having a bad knee is probably one of the worst injury for playing hockey, for being good at hockey, because you always have to move, changing direction.
Of course.
Let's imagine playing in the NHL, NHL, the best thing in the world, with a bad knee, with no time to make you like healthy. So last year, Patrik Laine scored more than 20 goals. He was one of the best goal scorers on the power play, despite his knee. So let's imagine what he can do with a healthy knee, with a healthy cardio, with a healthy mind. I think it could be very dangerous. And it's not I think I'm not too much positive. I think I'm very objective about saying that with a bad knee, it's pretty tough to play hockey.
You're
And
right
score
about
more
that.
than 20
And I'd
goals.
like to add that the first season for a lot of players going to a new team, a new city, a new coach, a new system, new line mates, a new culture, a new division, a new it's not easy. There's an adjustment period.
Yep.
And so he's got that under his belt. And now let's just see who he's going to be able to find chemistry with. Do you, like most, believe that once Kirby Dach's at 100%, the line will be Dach centering Demidov or Laine and Laine, or do you think there's going to be something else?
Honestly, I'm curious. You know what? I'm just curious because Dach being LT for the first game of the season is not official, as you heard from Kent Hughes.
Yeah.
So I'm curious about the lines, and I think we have to remember that Zach Bolduc can be a very good player on the 2-first line too. So it's a good part. It's a good news knowing that Marty St. Louis for the first time in a lot of years will have some options, because when you don't have options, players feel comfortable on the ice.
And I think we're going to see a very motivated Patrik Laine, who's going to be playing in the final year of his contract. The same thing for Kirby Dach, by the way. It'll be the final year of his contract. Laine, by the way, is there's a fundraiser that's going to take place for mental health, and I believe it's going to be a fashion show coupled with a supper and different ways to raise money, which is, if I'm not mistaken, is going to take place tomorrow. So I think they're having a couple of interviews maybe later on tonight, or probably just had them already to talk about tomorrow's event. But he's back in town. He was in Finland for a couple of weeks. I think he did a golf tournament there with Barkov, correct?
I think but you know what, just want to add that it's you talk about mental health. It's very, very much refreshing to have a player, and I'm not saying other players don't care about that, but to have a player who care so much about mental health. I talked with him about his foundation, and the sports world, Tony, and even the media world are worlds that you cannot show, like, that you have problems, that you have issue, that it's tough sometimes to live some situations. But with players like Patty, it's that makes problems more normal. Listen, if a Montreal Canadiens player who score 44 goals in his career can have problem, I also can have problem, and you also can have problem.
You're right about that.
Yeah. So congrats to Patty for his foundation and his attitude in general about that.
He's told a lot of people that, you know what, he thought that his career was over, and he's so happy that he said yes to Montreal. We saw some images on Crave, the rebuild, which is going to come out starting tomorrow, by the way, on the 21st of August. And, he's rediscovered the passion to play the game. And now what he has at this stage right now, he's got his health, and he's got his game shape, which is at 100%, which is really encouraging. We look forward to the season. Anthony Martineau, 25 or 30 minutes with you is better than nothing. I'll take it all the time. Merci beaucoup for your time. Very, very busy, and I appreciate catching up with you. Thank you.
Quand tu veux, mon ami.
All right. Merci beaucoup.
Bye.
All right. In all transparency, this conversation with Anthony was done before 10 p.m. I had to grab him when I could. He was available. Hey, listen, he talked with Patrik Laine earlier today and talked with Juraj Slafkovsky yesterday. And had extensive talks with both of them, and I think he brought some really, really good things to the table. I want to talk to you. Speaking of fundraisers, there's a golf tournament that I want to talk to you about as well. It's for the Montreal Special Needs Family Organization. Matty Pettigrosso is behind this. The golf, I've been told, is pretty much sold out on Saturday, September 6th at Club de Golf Napierville. But if you'd like to donate, and send a donation, whether it's personal or it's whether your company is behind it. If you can help them out in any way, shape, or form, what they're trying to do, helping families who have kids with disabilities and special needs, and helping them out. The number to call is 438-860-6663. Once again, it's 438-860-6663. Hey, and I want to end off with a show that I want to talk to you about. A lot of people watching and listening are Italians, and or they love Italian music. And there's a concert coming to Montreal on the 16th of September, and the good people at Viva Vanti are behind bringing the Esteriore brothers, which is a group of four brothers who have entertained so many people around the world for several years now. And they came to Montreal last year, and you know what? Everyone loves them. So they're coming to Place des Arts, a much bigger theater. And you can get your tickets by scanning the QR code or going to Avanti, AVANTI.com, vivavanti.com. So there you have it. Special thanks to all of our sponsors. Betway is one, Souvlaki Authentique is another, La Bittt Tibi is another, Playground is another. I went there last night, as a matter of fact, with my wife and my son. We had an absolutely great time. And Energy Transportation Group, we thank them for all their support. Special thanks to all of you for watching and listening. Leave us a 5-star review on Apple. It's our way of feeling the love. For Shane Gomon and Master Control, Sick Podcast, I'm Marinaro.
And that's a wrap. Hope you don't miss us too much until next time. Follow the Sick Podcast with Tony Marinaro on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Google Play, and Apple Podcasts. The Sick Podcast is brought to you by Energy Transportation Group, driven to be different. La Vida TB, embrace your true nature. And Playground, your premier gaming destination.